He's here. There he is, blood. My striker, you know. You understand? Another toast to Viktor Gyökeres, blood. The excitement in my bones, blood. Oh, my God. There he is. Our top signing, our top target. Viktor Gyökeres, blood. Yeah? Here he is. Signed, sealed, delivered, blood. You get me? He is going to wear the number 14, blood. You understand? And he's going to represent in the correct way, blood. You understand? This is about my blood clot Yang settings, bro. You get me? This is Thierry Henry settings, blood. You understand? This man is coming here to make history, blood. You understand? This man is coming here to bring that first title back home.
And if I'm a Arsenal fan here right now, I'm excited, I'm buzzing. We've got a 27-year-old in the prime, in the pomp of his career that is ready to deliver the trophy after 20-odd years. Even Lee Gunner's happy tonight. That's how much we are here tonight speaking about Gyökeres. Even the most demanding, the most, the standards FC, every single person right now must be happy because you know why? Arsenal have got a striker that, will put fear into defenders. Arsenal getting Gyökeres now is almost that kind of final piece of the jigsaw. That striker, yes, they need to still go and get maybe a left winger, but that final missing piece to the jigsaw was needed. Was Arteta deliberately buying players for the sake of them? Who was coming in? But Berto has now come in and maybe demanded more. He's maybe gone into the dressing room and said, yo, what are you doing? You ain't getting away with this. Arteta, you've gone 5 years without a trophy. What are you talking about? We're here now to win the trophy. Maybe the standards have come from Berto. Maybe Berto's coming and saying, yo, what are you not been messing around for 5 years? Let's time to go get Zubimendi. Let's go and get this player. Let's go and get that player. And let's finally deliver because Arsenal's a big football club.
It is official. Viktor Gyökeres has signed for Arsenal. 5-year contract and the number 14 shirt. It is official. Arsenal announced the deal at 7 p.m. UK time today. We heard rumours throughout the day that the deal was going to be announced. They put notifications on with the 2 dots above the O, which Gyökeres has in his name. And it was all going off. The internet basically broke at 7 p.m, which was only a few minutes ago. The announcement video was done. It was an alright announcement video. It wasn't amazing. I wanted to hear some Mobb Deep or something and see like a little mini movie. But, he only arrived in London yesterday and obviously he's flown to Singapore today. So the turnaround was quite quick. I think the main thing is the quality of the player that we are signing. And Viktor Gyökeres is officially an Arsenal player. We have waited weeks and months for this deal to be completed.
Gyökeres, Glock 9, Glock 24, Glock 30 goals minimum, all of that, bruv. This brother, my goodness, fam. He's finally joined Arsenal and these men have been, brother, like they've needed a striker for ages, let's be honest, innit? Arteta spent 700 million on left backs and you get me, every season when they're needing like someone, a vocal point up top, them times when they've had like Aubameyang, even Giroud, bruv. Giroud was a guy that scored a lot of goals for them, you know what I mean? Whether the respect was put on his name or not. That guy, I remember seeing him score a lot of goals against us, innit? That's for damn sure. You get me? Olivier Giroud, fam. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, Arteta's been on this false 9 thing or whatever he's been on, and these men have decided to spend the big money on a striker. Yeah, you would say, oh, is he proven in the Premier League? Brother, he's proven for, ask a Coventry fan. That wasn't the Premier League, but that was England. You know what I mean? He's a lot more proven than Benjamin Sesko's, blood. He is, innit? I would have rather that they got Sesko than Gyökeres, because Gyökeres, like I said, he's a shooter, blood. Mark Wahlberg, fam. You get me? Like, as much as man want to run banter and all of that, he's a top player.
We've only gone and done it. We've only gone and bagged Viktor Gyökeres, the number 9 we all wanted. I get the breaking news that Viktor Gyökeres is a gunner. And we kind of knew or prayed or hoped that it would be confirmed at some point, but it seems now that it has been confirmed by David Ornstein, by Fabrizio Romano, and by the Arsenal website. Arsenal.com says we've signed someone. Usually is correct. So that's what we go by. Used to be yellow bar on Sky. People say Ornstein, people say Romano. Some people like Jacobs or McBell, or throw all them names out the window because it has been announced by Arsenal. Arsenal.com, it's official. Viktor Gyökeres is an Arsenal player, and he is going to be wearing the iconic number 14 Thierry Henry shirt, which, let's be real, some people have tried, if I'm honest, to replicate. Theo Walcott did a fair job. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang did a fair job. Both of them won trophies in that shirt. But since then, Eddie Nketiah has tried and failed. Viktor Gyökeres, over to you.
You don't rate him? Bro, do you know what it is? The first thing, before I deal with the Gyökeres thing, I need Arsenal fans, Souls, and all the other Red Tottenham fans to make a distinction between Gyökeres and the fact that they're just relieved to have got a number 9. I think this hype from Arsenal, this could have been anyone. It could have been Watkins, it could have been Rashford, it could have been anybody. Like, let's stop this crap. You're just relieved you got someone who calls himself a striker, not an 8 playing striker, not a 6 playing striker. Yeah. So now that we've got that out the way, yeah, the elephant in the room. I had to call it, bro, because he was getting on my nerves. You get me? Well done. Yeah, you brought someone who plays up front. That's it. That's all you did. But all of a sudden, how does that put you on par with Liverpool? How does that put you on par with City? How does that put you on par with Chelsea, Newcastle, Spurs? It doesn't.
We finally have a striker. We finally have a striker. As Gavin the legend says, we finally have a striker, people. It's been 4 or 5 years coming. 4 or 5 years coming. We did have a striker back in the day, but he was run out of the club. He was run out of the club, but we haven't had one since. And even in his last year at the club, he was played out the wing. But now we finally have a striker. Will he get his game over 29? I think he'll have to. Maybe not at the start. Yeah, and Gooner, see, it looks like Jesus could be moving. Looks like Nelson could be moving. We'll be covering that tomorrow. We'll go into that a bit deeper. But we're here to celebrate the man. That is Gyökeres. Finally, we have a striker. It's win for all the real Arsenal fans this signing. It's win because he's the one we wanted. It's win because he'll get us goals. And it's win because if for some reason he doesn't get goals, Lego Head could be out the fucking door. So it's win-win, man. It's win-win for all the real fans, man. Win-win all the way.
A statement of intent. That's right. A statement of intent, because you really want this Premier League. You're sick and tired of second. Phase 9 fully loaded with your new gunman. You're calling him Gyökeres. So let's talk about him. Now, first of all, credit where it's due, because you did get something serious over the line. It was obviously needed up front. It's been the talk of the town for quite some time. And I've been standing in the back watching the fight on stage between Arsenal fans amongst themselves. The new gen versus the old gen. Arteta versus Berta. Style of play and underlying metrics and potential and the right fit versus goals, gunman. Maybe not digging so much deeper into the data, but don't really care to do so because they just want the finished article finally. And also Arteta has maybe already expired on his time in terms of what he wants as a signing. So maybe you do the opposite of what he wants at this point with the Havertz and other failed forwards. So how do I feel? Well, I'll start off with how I feel and then I'll get into the rest of it. But I genuinely am not angry. It's not because I don't rate what he does or what he can do for you. It's just because I can't be a hypocrite and say, oh, Arsenal have signed Gyökeres. I didn't want him. I wanted Osimhen. I felt like when we got Delap, we needed some aerial ability in our attack. And I feel like Delap is almost the baby version of Gyökeres a little bit, in some ways, in some sort of way. That's how I see it. But Gyökeres is obviously better in terms of what he's done. The goal tally speaks for itself. 39 goals in 33 games in the league, 6 goals in 8 in the Champions League, and 4 in 3 in the Cup. These are absolutely astonishing numbers. These are absolutely out of this world, emphatic, elephantastic, bombastic numbers. And anyone who says otherwise is lying.
Coming to a stadium near yours. It is scary for the league, but it's not us as people. Now, we've been linked with Gyökeres for a while. It was a long, dragged out transfer saga, but Big Bad Berta confirmed it. And I mean, we saw the news. It still feels surreal. Went to sleep, woke up today, and it still feels surreal. But it's reality. We got a striker, people. We got a striker. We need a lot, but we got a striker. Now we need to move on to Eze. You would have seen yesterday, Reece Nelson is being linked with Fulham. Clearly, we need to get some outgoings. I do believe that is the case, and we've shared that that thought on this platform for a while. Gyökeres will be, I guess, paraded at the stadium in front of the fans. Probably met his teammates already, but meet his teammates and all that kind of jazz. Feel sorry for Gyökeres because, you know, you've flown to London. You've had to do the medical stuff and the media day and everything else. So you're probably physically drained. Now you've gone over to Asia, you know, what, 9, 10, 11-hour flight. There's probably an element of jet lag. He's probably running on fumes and running on adrenaline and all those things. But it's nice to see us through the door.
Gyökeres has joined Arsenal. Let's talk about it, people. Now, we'll leave the fee chat to the side because you lot know where I stand on these fees and strikers and attackers and players, etc., etc. But let's talk about the player joining Arsenal. Arsenal have finally signed a striker who actually looks like he can score goals. Who would have thought it? After what, like 3, 4, 5 years, Arteta, he's finally signed a striker that actually looks like they could score goals. So let's talk about this move then, because for me this is very, very interesting for Arsenal, right? Gyökeres is what, 27 years old? I mean, he's coming off the back of 2 crazy goal scoring seasons. Like, you have to obviously caveat the fact that he is playing in Portugal. You do, absolutely you do. And I'm checking my phone because I'm trying to pull up his stats. You have to caveat that, you do. And I've spoken myself on the dangers of signing from the Portuguese league, because there's a heavy tax that you do have to apply because of the level of opposition that he or many other attackers from that league are playing against week on week. But it's annoying. It's mad. Strikers from that league actually used to be really good. Like, you saw Falcao maybe 10, 11 years ago. Falcao was elite, world-class striker. And he batted up that league as well. He did. And I think with Viktor Gyökeres as well, I think the numbers are so blinding and he's so relentless in the goal scoring that I've literally had to change my opinion on this guy. Because I remember last summer, I was having an argument with my boy Ranty, and he was saying that Spurs should have moved for Gyökeres instead of Solanke. And I was like, you know what, I hear that. I wouldn't be mad at Gyökeres, but I can't begrudge the club for not wanting to spend. And at the time, I think it was like £88 million. £88 million, that was what they were quoting for Gyökeres. Of course, the fee is lower. It's lower now. But a year later, I think it's fair to say he was right.